Hi guys, and welcome to another build video on my channel. This is the second part of the Spacious Suburban house that I uploaded yesterday. And now I have also uploaded the house to the gallery, so the Sims 4 gallery, so that you can download it and play with it if you want to. It's I use the hashtag #simmingpettrine, and my origin ID is Pettrine. So feel free to go and download this house if you want to. Yes, so this is the second part of the build, as I said, and this is just furnishing the rest of the house. I only finished furnishing the kitchen in the first part. So here I'm doing this little reading nook in the living room, and I will sort of screen it off. You'll see how I do it later. As I also said in the previous part, I did most of this build before Cats and Dogs, the new expansion with Cats and Dogs came out. But here I was sort of inspired by an item in Cats and Dogs, because I was sort of inspired by that new bay window seat that we got. I know that this bay that I did does not... sorry. I know that this bay that I did here does not have diagonal walls, but it's still like a little nook, and I put in the those little benches and made like a couch, and yeah, I'm gonna section it off in a bit so that it's like a place where you can go in and close the curtain and then be in your own little world and read a book, which I thought was really nice. Like, that's something I really want in my house, and I'm also planning out. It's probably gonna be, in my new house we have a basement, and I'm probably gonna make a little reading nook sort of place under the stairs, going down to the basement. Like, there's a heater under the stairs, and you could put like a mattress in there and a lot of pillows, and then you could have this very cozy little nook where you could, read or just lay and relax. I feel like, of course you can read in bed, but that's just not the same. And some books just warrant like a nook like that. I think some books, like for instance, I read a lot of Harry Potter. I'm thinking a lot of you guys did too. And it's just, I feel like reading in a little nook could make it even more magical in some way. I don't know if you at all agree with me or understand even what I'm saying, but that's just how I feel. Yeah, so right now in the build, I am struggling to figure out how to section off this little nook, because I wanted a curtain so that it looked like you could actually close it and have some privacy in there while you read. Yeah, so I end up going with this style of curtain, and I realized way later that it actually sticks through the floor on the second floor, but I handled that because luckily it's on the back wall of a room that I planned out to be a bathroom, so I just put counters there, and it works. It's fine. It's fine, you guys, don't worry. I fix it. Yeah. So now you're gonna see me struggle with the living room. I was really, like I said in the last part, I'm very proud of the kitchen. I think it turned out amazingly. This living room, I was really having struggles figuring out the sort of feel that I wanted it to have, because I wanted it to be nice, like a place where you would actually feel comfortable having guests, but that at the same time it had to be friendly, like family friendly, right? Because as I also said, I planned this house to be for 2 adult Sims, and then a teenage girl, and then twin toddlers. And twin toddlers are gonna need some space, and they're also gonna make some messes and stuff. So you don't want your dining room to be too fancy, because that won't do. That you will hate yourself for that in the end. And also, this is not just dining room, it's also living. So I put in a television set and some bookshelves and all that. And so it's sort of a family room as well. And in order for this to be a room that is suitable for family use, you need it to not be too fancy. That's just the way it has to be, right? Yeah. So yesterday was the 1st of December, as I guess you all know, and I made some rice porridge and had that. And I'm not sure actually if you even do that in other countries, but here in Denmark we always make this rice porridge with like milk and rice, and then you boil it and then it turns into porridge, and then you put on cinnamon sugar and butter so that the butter melts on the porridge, and then you eat that. And that's that's very Christmassy. And yeah, of course you could have it all year round, but there's just something about it. It's just something you have for Christmas. So one of my friends sent me a Snapchat yesterday and was like, who else is having rice porridge? And I was like, oh god, I'm gonna make that. It's super easy. It takes a little time. You have to be very patient so as to not burn the milk while you boil the rice. But other than that, it's super easy because it's just literally just rice and milk. And then you add in a little salt at the end when it's done cooking. But that's it, you don't really, that's very easy. So I ended up making that. I was, as I said yesterday as well, I was home alone last night. My husband was out at a Christmas party, so I really enjoyed staying home alone and making a video and just playing some cities, skylines, while watching James Turner do it on his the Flapaliki channel, and wondering why I can never make my cities look that great. Let me know in the comments if you ever feel like that. But but that was a nice evening. I had my rice porridge and I watched James Turner and made a city that looked super bad. At least it grew faster than his, but it looked terrible. But whatever, I'll keep trying. It's the same with these builds. If I only look at like James Turner over at the Sim Supply, or like Deligracy or Hatsy or Lil Simsy, if I only look at those guys and compare myself, I'm gonna feel down all the time, because they are just such amazing builders and furnishers. Oh my god, the Deligracy and furnishing, it's just amazing to watch. But I'm practicing, I practice makes perfect, and I will keep at it. And then I hope that at some point I'll get better, or at least like not at some point, just gradually get better at doing it. And I think I have already gotten way better. Like, I am so happy with the exterior of this house. A year ago, I would never have been able to build this. So I'm really happy that I can now build something that actually looks good and that I want to play in, such that I don't need to download houses in order to play. I can actually build them myself. I really love that. As you see, this house is definitely not a restricted build. I used, I think, like almost all the DLC that we have for The Sims 4. So, well, I kind of like doing that too. I like doing restricted builds because I know that allows more people to actually download and place the builds in their game. But I also just love the creative freedom of using all the stuff that we have in the game and just exploring it in new ways, putting it together. every time we get a new pack, it's just, there are more ways, like more opportunities to combine the styles of the packs, which I think is great. And even though I have clicked on all the items to make the gold markings on the new items go away, I'm quite sure that I have not used all items that we have in the game. I just haven't. There are so many things in here. So oftentimes when I build, I actually stumble across something new, so that's just, yeah, that's so nice. Yeah, that was when I realized the curtain went through the floor, but it was fine. I just make the bathrooms the same with regards to tiles and floor tiles, the floor tiles and wall tiles, because I think that's realistic. You would probably, if you build a house, you would make the bathrooms using the same materials all over the house. And I used materials from Spade, which is still one of my favorite packs for building. Like, I love a lot of the wall colors and a lot of the tiles and everything and lights that came in Spade. So if you don't have Spade, it's probably on sale frequently because it was such an early pack. So I would definitely recommend, if you like building, that you get Spade. Yeah. Downstairs here, I'm gonna build an office, and the larger room here under the stairs, it's gonna be a guest bedroom, and I cut out the furnishing of that because it's just fairly basic, 2 beds and some dressers. So you could easily make this house fit a few more Sims, actually, because that room is quite large. So you could definitely fit another bedroom in, but you could also definitely fit a double bedroom in there. So you could potentially have like grandparents or something living down there. That would actually be quite cool. You could do that. You could have grandparents living there, so that you would have like 2 parents, 3 kids, 2 grandparents living here. So how many is that? That's 7 Sims, and then maybe a dog. Yeah, you could do that. Just go ahead, guys. Do that, please. I would love that. I feel like I don't often have active Sim families where I use where I'll have that many Sims, where I have 3 generations. But I feel like it's something that it's really challenging. So it's something that one could do, right? And you can do a lot of storytelling with that, because you have so many different relations between your Sims, which is super cool. So that's really nice. I love making new items like that, like putting items together, just as I did with that bay window and the curtain in the living room. It's just super fun to combine the items and make new stuff out of it. And that is something that we are now, we have way more opportunities to do that now with the sizing down cheat, which allows us to actually really make some interesting stuff. I'm really sad though that, the new crates that we got in The Sims 4 Cats and Dogs, those kind of huge old shipping crates made of wood. I like those. I really like those. But the problem is that when you size them down, the shadowing on them, like the shadows, they get weird. So you can't really use them sized down, and that's too bad. Like, that is really sad. I'm sad, you guys. Oh no, I'm gonna cry. No, but really, I think it's too bad, because they are kind of large, right? And they're too large to be used in a regular home, I think. You could, of course, use them in some industrial builds and for some, community lots or something. yeah, okay, I totally lost where I was going before with the whole crates that can't be sized down because of shadows. I don't know. It's something I've noticed, and I've seen other people like trying it as well and not being able to make them look right. So that's just sort of too bad, right? Yeah. Today is Saturday, and in a few hours I'll be going out with my family, or with my husband's family, to a concert, and we're gonna have dinner afterwards and just have some nice family time. So that's gonna be quite cozy. This weekend is sort of relaxed. I don't know about you guys, but oftentimes my weekends will be super cramped. I will have to, I don't know if you can say you have to do anything, but I will have plans at least to do all sorts of things, and not really have time to just relax and have a good, like, just sit down, have a meal, not worry about too much. So I love these kinds of weekends like this one where I have extra time to just do nothing. Like this morning, my husband and I stayed in bed. Like we woke up at like 8 o'clock, but then we just stayed in bed for a few hours, just chilling. He was sleeping a little bit. I was watching Critic Zeus, if you know this guy. I was watching the live stream that Critic Zeus did on The Sims, and just chilling, just having a nice time, not doing anything, and that was really nice. I really enjoyed that. So it's nice to have time for this kind of thing where you don't really, there's nothing you really need to do. Oh gosh, look at that backyard. It's just so cute. I think it looks good. It looks amazing, actually. If I do say so myself. Now, sorry, it's just, I can sometimes still be amazed at myself at how far I've come with building the last year or so. I'm way better at it now than I was, and that's just very nice, It's nice to have progress. Oh yeah, now I put in a fridge into the kitchen. I guess you need that. There you go. I don't know how I forgot that. That's just super silly. If you watched my 15 minutes house building challenge, I also forgot the fridge, and I'm like, how could I forget the fridge? I don't know, but it's just, oh gosh. Anyways, you guys, I have to leave you now because as you see, the screenshots are almost ending. Please comment and subscribe, and I'll see you for another video next time. Bye!